Hey everybody. Hey, my name is Shawn. I'm one of the founding devs of the Military.Finance token, and here is my partner.
Hey guys, I'm Brad. Thank you guys for swinging on by. By being here, that means that you have an interest in the project or in crypto in general. You're in the right place because we have some really cool stuff coming up for you, and we were named the hottest crypto to watch in 2022 by Crypto Magazine. We've been in a number of publications. Everybody who's seen the project has jumped in with 2 feet for a bunch of reasons. But Shawn?
Yeah. So if you can just sit with us for the next few minutes, we're gonna do a deep dive into the mission, why are we doing this, the current market, the market opportunity, the team, the marketing strategy, and then we have a couple of surprises waiting for you at the end that you do not want to miss.
So let's talk a little bit about the mission. This is a problem that's been plaguing our country and a lot of other countries, and probably more so now just because of the climate of the world. Is the people who protect and serve the community, the nation, the people, they go through quite a bit, and the help that they get in return is abysmal compared to the effort and the sacrifices that they put out. 11 to 20% of veterans suffer with PTSD, one form or another, and you can imagine the things that they've seen, that they've heard. And this is a problem not just for veterans. This is a problem for anybody who's interacted, who's related, who's friends with a veteran, which is pretty much the entire United States, the entire world. Up to 20 veterans a day commit suicide, right? So this isn't a small problem by any means.
So let's take a look at the current environment and the problem that we're attempting to solve, and why we think that our solution has a much better chance of being successful. I think, to sum it all up, the current solution is really focused on the symptoms, right? When you talk to veterans and you hear stories, the treatment is really about what is wrong with you right now at a really kind of surface level, and what kind of medicine can we give you for that? What kind of pill can we give you? And those things, they might put a Band-Aid on it for a little bit, but it's not something that is going to be a sustainable solution. You look at these organizations, the amount of money that's being donated and how much of it's being actually gotten to the veterans' hands. I think there can be a lot of improvement there. The VA, because it's a government organization, there's a lot of red tape. It's very big and bloated. It's not flexible. And the world is changing, and new treatments are changing, and new strategies are changing. Just like in the business world, there are new things that are coming into play that can help the veterans. But because of the size of these organizations, to pivot and to direct resources to something like that becomes really difficult. And the way the current lineup is right now, it's more of a centralized structure. And what we want to bring to the table is this new experiment that we've all taken on, and it's super exciting. Is that this decentralized, building a community of people and really approaching the problem with veterans like we would approach any other problem that we're trying to solve with a business. Focus on results, focus on the cure. And so that's where our solution starts, is what are the things that we can apply to these veterans that are going to give us the best result? And then how do we put the money and the horsepower of our community and the token behind those people that are actually doing the work? And, because there's such, we're coming out of these wars. Now they're saying in some cases, these were senseless wars. You can almost think about the mindset of the people that went over, the veterans and the men and women that went over there and sacrificed so much. What is that going to do to this problem that already is a real big problem in the United States? I can't imagine how that's going to exacerbate that situation. And so here we come with a solution that is all the things that the current solution is not. It's decentralized, it's community-based, it's transparent, it's flexible, it's focused on the cure, not the symptoms. And we're very, this is what the mission is, and this is what we're attempting to do. And, I think that I think when if we can execute the way that, we plan on it, then we can make the impact that we want. And our goal is to be the biggest provider of services and care to the veteran community that exists in the world.
So I want to talk a little bit about the market opportunity. And this is something that completely blew my mind when I actually looked at the numbers. $2.5 billion with a B goes into these types of organizations. 1 in 4 Americans feel so strongly about helping their fellow brothers and sisters that they actually donate somewhat as much as $50 or more every single year. 1 in 4 Americans. If you took that kind of money and took that kind of gumption where people wanted to solve this problem in any other sector, the problem would be solved, right? So this is big business. There's a lot of money flowing into it, and it raises a lot of flags. Like, why? Why are the problems still the same? Why are the problems still continue to be tracked year by year, no matter how much money is thrown into it? So a crypto company putting a magnifying glass on this type of vertical is something that this needs very, very badly.
To add a couple of comments to what Brad was talking about, listen, the mission is the mission. There's no doubt about it. But you are making a choice on where you're going to store the value of your hard-earned dollar. And I think that's important to understand the scale that we have that's possible to go to. And when you look at $2.5 billion, 1 in 4 Americans, I think Brad gave over $100 last year to a veteran-related cause. So the market is captive. The market is there. The solution just isn't providing the results. And I think it's about the mindset, and it's about the approach to things. And yeah, so listen, if you're looking at this, and you like veterans and all that stuff, but you are really just want to have a better understanding of what is the possible market, where can we go, what are the possibilities with the token, really the sky is the limit based on the current environment.
One of the most important part of any business or crypto business or traditional business is the people that are making decisions, and they're running with both feet. It's the same reason why Coca-Cola can get a new CEO and get 200% profits the next year. What would Tesla be without Elon? What would Amazon be without Bezos, right? So the team and everybody who supports everybody else at the top is integral to the success of the crypto business, right? Now take a look at everybody that we have in our roster. We have Andy, Carlos, Shawn, Mike, Todd. So we have people from so many different verticals that have jumped in blindfolded with 2 feet. After they took a look at the mission, they took a look at our execution plan and said, yes, I absolutely want in. And that is really exciting to me when it comes to the project, is how quickly everybody wants to get in and wants to help.
Yeah, so just in the short time we've been around, I think we've made a really significant impact. We've formed incredibly valuable partnerships, and it gives you a little bit of a foundation and some insight into how our approach is going to be moving forward. One of the things we said when we first did this, let's go to the tip of the spear, and when you look at the most influential military veteran personalities, who's at the top of the list? Taya Kyle was at the top of the list. We went out and we secured a relationship with her. We made a donation and we work with Taya. She's going to be doing stuff with us in the future. We look for organizations that that were making an impact, where their success rate was very high. Therefore, the relationship with Heroic Hearts and the Emotional Dog, the rescue. There's a nice little lady who trains these rescue dogs. And then we looked at, these are the big type of partnerships that we're going to go make, where we're going to champion people doing the work, but also, the community wants to be involved too. And so just organically, we developed programs that were community-based, right? That the community could go out, whether it's going to have lunch with a veteran, whether it's going and feeding the homeless, whether it's, just you can imagine anything. Sending a soldier, we sent a soldier to see his mom that had never seen his baby. We made a soldier's last dying wish, and we funded that. So man, there's no set way we're going to do this, except if we know that the money that we're allocating is going to make it down into the hands, and because we're measuring this by lives, then we can get a life restored or make a dying wish to a soldier on his deathbed, then those are the type of things that we have done so far, and that we're just going to build on and scale to a whole different level.
So let me roll into the tech a little bit, and this is the exciting part for me. The token is available on the BNB. We're really close to launching on the ETH platform, and we've built the token in such a way that we're not only solving problems in the veteran space, but we're also solving problems in the crypto space as well, right? So the crypto industry moves so incredibly fast that having a unchangeable, unmovable piece of code that nobody can change really gets outdated fast. So all of us got together here, and we took a look at where we wanted to go, and we built this token in such a way that how can you have scalability, how can you have security, how can you have adaptability, all in one that nobody has quite figured out yet, right? We sat down, we figured a way to build the smart chain like Legos, right? So if you have a bunch of smart contracts that are interdependent upon each other, when one of the smart contracts no longer serves its purpose or becomes outdated, you don't have to remove the entire project. What you can do is you can remove bits and pieces of those smart contracts, replace them with what works. And then you can continue on. That way that we can have longevity, you can have security because it's on the blockchain, and then you can have scalability. Now we can actually add modules and remove modules as necessary. A little bit about the tokenomics. Now, every crypto token, every crypto project has their own set of tokenomics. That's what's really cool about the crypto world. There's no one size fits all. Right. In a typical nonprofit, what we're trying to mirror and what we're trying to replicate and improve upon is the donation portion of it, right? So in a typical nonprofit world, whenever you donate $1, that money is the organizations to do as they see fit. And sometimes you'll see where the money has gone to. Sometimes you'll see the fruits of your labor, but oftentimes it goes into a void. And I'm not saying that it doesn't help veterans, but I'm saying that you just don't get that same feedback loop, right? So with ours, whenever you contribute a certain amount of money, 92% of that money is yours. Well, that other 8% is broken up into a few things, right? One, a donation portal, the staking portal where you can get rewards. It's going to be a deflationary mechanism to ensure that this project continues to get more and more rare over time as far as the tokens, and as well as being able to allow you to have a voice in the DAO, the decentralized autonomous organization, right? So what the DAO is a really cool thing where people, regardless of background, regardless of race, regardless of country, can come together and have a voice and say, have a voice in how the project is managed, right? Not only in who is being championed, but also how the money is allocated, right? So the DAO can talk about and vote on such things like what coffee filters to use, perhaps. It's really what the community decides the DAO is going to be used for. And that's what's really cool about this. Like in a typical organization, you have the standard structure. You have the CEO, CFO, you have accounting, you have that platform, you have those building blocks to know how to create a successful business, right? You just have to follow the floor plan. But with a DAO is so new and so innovative that there is no floor plan. So we're at the cutting edge of technology, and we're at the cutting edge of business, right? So we do feel in 10, 15 years, it's not going to be uncommon if you ask somebody where do they work, say, oh, I work for a DAO, right? We're just at the cutting edge of it.
So let's talk a little bit about the marketing side of things, and I think that's where when you look at our team, if we had to total it all up, as an agency, as a marketer, we've helped generate hundreds of millions of dollars for our clients, and so this is a place that we have a lot of experience in, and you can see by this little diagram, our approach is going to be a very sophisticated multi-prong approach, powered by data, powered by scientific direct marketing and messaging, and so let's jump into it a little bit, and I'll give you some details. So when you look at when you're starting a business or you're starting a token, you have to have an understanding of who your customer is, right? Who is the person that most, my dad used to say, hey man, when we're going fishing, he always tried to figure out where the fish were going to be, like everyone else does. But then when we'd know the fish are there, then it's just a matter of, if you went fishing and you knew that, hey, I'm going to the fishing hole, and you weren't catching fish, then it would be because you didn't have the right tactics or the right message or the right information. And so that's what we've done, is we have narrowed this down to where we know the fish are, right? And so that fish are this audience, this intersection of people who are very patriotic and people that love the crypto world. And that becomes our tip of the spear. And what we've done is we've used our market experience in the current way we do things for other clients, and we've gone and pulled the data set. So we have a starting point. We know the profile of who our best customer, best prospect is going to be. So therefore, when we start to talk to them about our mission and about the plan and about our strategy and our vision for where we want to go, we're talking directly to someone that already understands this. They're already in the boat with us, right? And so now it makes it a much easier proposition than to use just a spray and pray method where we're just marketing to the whole world. No idea whether they're the right people or the wrong people. There's not a lot of efficiencies in that. And so we're going to use our experience, our knowledge, our results that we've had with other people, and we're going to apply this to the crypto world, which is, when you look around at other projects, this is a very unique approach to the way that things are going to be done. And, the slide tells you guys a little bit about some of the data sets that we'll have. I don't need to really dive into that, but I can tell you this: we're going to pinpoint the audience, and the message is going to match the audience. And when that happens, people convert at a much higher level. And this is the foundation of everything that we're going to do from a marketing standpoint. Yeah, and so the bottom item on this slide is one we're very excited about, and we have a lot of experience in another vertical doing, and that's the seminars. Yeah, when you look at the crypto market right now, there's conventions and then there's meetups. But there's a hole right in between there, which are crypto seminars. And someone told me early on when we got involved in this that the company or the token that can go educate the masses are going to win in a big way. And so that's one of we'll have our first one in April in our local town in New Orleans, Mandeville, Baton Rouge, where we'll drive 200 to 1,000 people into an auditorium. And what we're going to do is take them through how this all started, because what we've learned in marketing is when people are paralyzed and they don't understand things, typically they're not going to want to give their hard-earned money to it. So we have to educate them. And the way we're going to do it is go step by step. How did we get here? What were the market conditions that caused us to get here? Why is this a good idea moving forward? And why Gary Vee made a quote just recently that, asking someone, if they have an NFT approached attached to their project, will be just like asking someone in 2005 if they have a website or if they have a social media account in 2015. This is where the market is going. There's no question about it. And guess what? We're going to get out there using our past experience in the real estate investing space, where bringing people into this environment educating them about it. We'll have a fireside chat where, we've kind of queued up 25 or 30 of the hardest questions, with the goal at the end of that 1.5 to 2 hour session is that we have answered all the questions. So the people there will open up their wallet, and the last 5 minutes of us being there is going to be for us to tell our story about our mission to a captive audience that has disposable income, that's interested in learning about crypto. And you can start, our goal is to be doing multiple events like this in cities every single week across the country. And the second thing this does is this is independent of, Brad always calls it off-chain, right? This is independent of the whims of the crypto market. It's independent of the charts. It's independent of all those things. We're going to be going and making our own market by getting out and sharing the good news about the blockchain to the masses. And I can just tell you, based on our experience thus far, there's a lot of people that want to get involved that just don't know how, or just don't understand it enough to get involved. And we're going to solve that problem.
So, hey guys, as promised, this is something that's super exciting and never been done before in crypto. Is you go from credit card to wallet holder instantaneously, without the need for MetaMask, Trust Wallet, without those heavy, cumbersome, complicated pieces of software, and without exchanges. And what we've done is something super innovative. We've created an e-commerce site, right? So you can transact in the United States with a credit card, and you can become a wallet holder. So, one of the focus groups that we did taught us a really valuable lesson, is that the people in the demographic, the people that would like our project, one of the biggest complaints they had was, they see these kids buying these Doge and these dog tokens, and they're making a whole bunch of money, and it's really awesome. They want to get into that, but they just don't want to have to learn a second language. They don't want to have to learn what a decentralized exchange is. They don't want to know, what's the difference between Trust Wallet and MetaMask Wallet and all these other things. So, what we did is we sat back and we scratched our heads and said, what? How could we bring ease of accessibility to the masses, to a previously demographic that's been untapped because of this reason? So, now that we're bridging the gap between ease of acquisition to this demographic, this opens up this pool of people that were previously out of crypto that can now get into military finance.
So guys, to recap this, what did we just talk about? We talked about the mission. We talked about the problem that we're solving. We talked about the market opportunity. We talked about the token. We talked about the tokenomics. We talked about the tech. We talked about the marketing. We talked about seminars, and we talked about going from credit card to wallet holder.
If you sit back and you step back and you take a look at the entire project as a whole, you take a look at the entire team, you take a look at the marketing strategy, and then you just have some key points. We're not really reinventing the wheel. What we're doing is we're taking a business model that is working, that is multi millions, and we're taking a look at all the little holes that they have, and we're plugging them with crypto. We're the visibility. Now you're going to be able to see where every dollar goes. Is that money really helping people? Now you have a feedback loop. And then all the way down to the team. Can the team execute? And it's safe to say that the team has a tremendous amount of experience. In the demographic, the market is it there? It's big business, and 1 in 4 Americans feel so strongly about this that they will donate money. You kind of think about that. They're working, and then they're taking the money that they earned and they're donating to this cause. It's something that pulls at the heartstrings of every American. And we're changing the way that works as well. We're making it so easy for that demographic to get into crypto with this e-commerce site, and then The next question is, if you build it, they will come. It is not really true. So, at a push of a button, millions of people very shortly are going to instantaneously hear about Military Finance, see the mission, see the successes that we've done, and then see an easy way to get into it. Take a look at all that as a nice, tidy package and ask yourself, do you think that this will be a successful project? And if so, then hop aboard. And if not, then hop aboard and help us make it successful, because that's what this is a community project. We want you.
So, as a closing statement, what's next? The next thing is for you to get involved. And how do you get involved? You go to www.military.finance, and on the top right, there's going to be a blue button that says Join the Community. And when you hit Join the Community, it's going to give you access into all of our social channels, our Telegram room, our Discord, all of our social media accounts. And so that's what we're asking you to do. Go check us out. Go to military.finance. Go check out the website. It's got a lot of information on it. And more importantly, go join the community and go step your toe in the water and get a feel for our community. Go introduce yourself, and you'll hear from some of our community members that have been with us since the beginning. And that's what we need you to do, man. I think the mission, the team, the market opportunity, as Brad said, all of those things fit together. And what we're doing is just improving something that's kind of working, but there has a lot of holes in it. And man, I hope you guys get involved. Thanks for your time today. I'm glad you stuck around, and let's roll.